Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, and we are on the beach. My kids are over there playing in the surf, living their best life. This is homeschool for us, and we have been learning so much. I love Google. Anything that comes up in our lives. We talked about the Muslim religion yesterday, and did a whole Google search on hijab and why women wear hijab and what that cultural meaning is. And so it's just really cool to cover a whole bunch of topics and just doing it through daily life. So I guess thank God for Google, right? I'm currently working on this awesome piece today. So this is a mandala I've been blasting out. One of my favorite things to do this time of year is to lay on the beach and get as much vitamin D as humanly possible. Why do I get as much vitamin D as humanly possible these months? Because during January and February, and sometimes all the way into March, it's hard to obtain that vitamin D here because of weather. And I notice a huge change in my mood and my energetic levels and all of that. So the way that I help cope with that journey is by getting as much vitamin D as possible and getting as much vitamin D on my fatty tissue areas as possible. And that would be your butt cheeks and your boo-boos. The native folks that used to wear the flap of skin or whatever over their front area, or the grass over their front area, but leave their butt cheeks exposed. They weren't stupid. They knew what they were doing. That's where you absorb a ton of vitamin D. So keep your levels high and bring back thongs again. Anywho, we are moving forward. So why are we talking about this topic? And that topic again is not supporting folks when they choose to take on an adventure. I did a short about this when I got hit with the concept while sitting and watching the girls play and surf and all that jazz. And there's been multiple times in my journey the last couple of weeks where I've gone and told somebody that Chris is leaving his current job and he's coming to work at the juice store and we're going to do it as a family. Yesterday, I was from somebody that's really close to us, and we spend a lot of time with their kids. I was shocked that there was complete silence when I spoke about that. Complete silence, total shutdown. And it reminded me how throughout my entire life, everybody's told me that will never work. So many circumstances, occasions. Going plant-based was a big one of them. Buying my horse was a huge one. How could you be so stupid to think that you would be able to deal with this problem, was basically the attitude I received from everybody in my life. And that attitude pushed me so much harder. Just pushed me right forward. Into the direction of, well, F y'all, I'm going to go and I am going to make the most of the situation I am currently in, and I'm going to make it happen and make it work. And you know what, guys? It's worked out almost 100% of the time. And if it didn't work out, it was okay because it led me to where I was meant to be anyways. And it was just time that I needed to take to get there and figure out that journey. But why, as a culture, when somebody tells you their dreams, their ambitions, and we are a plant-based family. My husband works for a meat, dairy, and egg industry company. He's making fried egg bagels all day long. I don't support anything in that sentence. Granted, I support fried just because I haven't kicked that habit yet. I know, it's terrible. But I've given up so much already. So, why, when a family like us wanting to invest our time and energy into our plant-based business, why would people shoot that down? Knowing the hardworking people that we are, knowing the positive influence type people that we are, are and the game changers and the revolutionaries that we are, why would you want to say no? And so I know that I'm also prey to doing this. Like, I know that I have done this in the past, and I know exactly who I did it with, which was a friend who is much younger than I am, got pregnant. And instead of congratulating her and loving her immediately, I was like, no, because I saw what I thought was her journey and her path. And, you know, in the end, I don't know anything. I'm totally clueless. And who am I to judge what's going to happen to her? And who am I to project my decisions and choices that I made in this life pre-knowing? But you know what? Maybe I would have made those decisions and choices anyways. Everything works out the way that it's meant to. But for me, I wanted her to take a path of independence and life living and travel and experience and self-serving and not be attached to people or a guy. Like, I just wanted her to go and have that freedom and that independence that I kind of felt like was robbed from me because of conditioning and programming that I didn't wake up to until long after I had 3 children and married with a husband, like, and had the career and everything. Granted, it taught me everything I need to know to be able to have these conversations that we're having today. However, I didn't want her to go through that. I wanted her to live. And now I'm waking up and realizing that I am living, and I'm having a really good time doing it. And even though, like, parts of me have been forced to pass on for the time being, like music or art in the summer, it doesn't mean it's forever. And these moments that I have with my children are a huge gift, and they've taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for them. Hang on one second. Sorry for the interruption. They hear me turn a video camera on, even from the ocean these days. The moment I turn a video on, they find me, but I've come to accept it for what it is. They must have heard me talking about them. Our ears were ringing. So what I was saying was, my friend tells me she's pregnant. I project all of my life experience onto her, and then I apologized. And I said, you know, I'm sorry. I want you to live and be free and happy and all the things. And I apologized for the way that I treated her. But I really wonder, like, why, as a society, are we so quick to respond with what negatively is going to possibly happen? Why is that the first reaction to anything? I wish that, talking about this is obviously helping to create change in the people that I'm affecting, all of that jazz. I hope that we can leave this conversation in this moment, and instead of projecting our doubts and our limitations on others when they present us with their visions, their life goals, I hope that we can be more supportive next time. This thing that happened with my friend happened a long time ago. Right when we were opening our shop, she came in to visit. And I sat and I chatted with her, and now I'm going through this experience of all of these people suddenly in my reality telling me it's not going to work, that my husband's leaving his job, and it's just a fad. This health and wellness kick is just a fad. That was another thing I've heard. And you know what? I can take what they're saying and listen to it and believe it, or I can choose to continue doing whatever the F I want to do and continue to choose optimism and a vision of working for ourselves. My husband is investing 80 to 90 hours of his time, his life, into someone else's $1 million business. How are you ever supposed to fully invest your time and energy into your business if you're giving so much of yourself away to somebody else to help them succeed? Which isn't a terrible thing. His job there that he's had since December of 2018, that job has kept our family afloat for all of these years, and it's been what I was able to stay at home with our kids for. And that's really powerful. And I'm really grateful for that. And you know what this job has taught him? It's taught him to really be a good manager, organize a business, assist in the running of a business, and do most of that because the owners, he's making bagels. Chris is doing all of the things necessary to run a business. And so that's trained him to be a powerful manager. And that's trained him to be a powerful boss. And so we need to now stop working for somebody else and start working for ourselves. I'm grateful for the ability to be a visionary. I'm grateful for the choice to be a visionary. And I'm grateful to see the potential in this life instead of looking at how it's never going to work. I mean, everything of who I am and where I am today. People used to laugh at me when I told them I wanted to learn how to surf, and I was like a 31-year-old lady. And that was mostly my family, you know? But from who I had been, I guess I wouldn't have been able to see the potential either. And so let's look for more of the potential in others, and let's look for the good things that their visions might bring, and look for all the gratitude points of whatever vision and journey they're trying to have. Embrace that and love them through it and support them, and it will give more momentum to their vision and their journey. If people were supporting us in what we were trying to do to change the world and supporting us to change ourselves, I mean, the potential would increase exponentially. For every person providing support, it would be exponential change and growth for that person that's trying a vision. So maybe that's something that's been existing in the collective and in the ethers for far too long, of putting those down that want to be different, and putting those down that want to create change, and putting those down that have a different vision that might be different from what you see. Let's start lifting each other up, loving each other through these changes, transformations, and growth, and start living a more supportive life. Why don't we want that for ourselves? You know what I mean? So I showed this. I'm kind of filling in spots and making lines bolder, and made this border come out more. But round and round puts me into a nice state of peace. Hope it puts you guys into a state of peace listening to me blabble on. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Might pop on for a live video later. It's been a while. And maybe work on this some more. And go from there. So I want to send you all so much peace and so much love and so much namaste. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here on this journey. Thanks for hanging out with me at the beach today while we painted. Hope you all have an excellent day. Adios, my friends. Bye.